I found it quite helpful to record this the other day, and so I thought I'd record another one of these today. It's been a couple of days since the last one that I recorded. What has really surprised me is that a lot of people experienced quite a bad Wednesday, and I didn't think that I was the only one, not in any way, but it turned out that quite a lot of other people experienced the same thing, and I found that quite reassuring. And as a friend of mine pointed out to me last night, a very good coaching friend of mine and musician friend of mine said that it's terribly important that we show our vulnerability. If one shows vulnerability, then that gives permission to other people. I do genuinely believe that. I don't really want to feel frightened, but one way of overcoming it is, I realise, just saying out loud, far less frightened today, it being Friday. I have been phenomenally busy all week. I had a conversation with somebody today over video conferencing, and I've had numerous conversations with people where that person said, I've been busy, but I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen at the weekend. And that was the first time when I thought, oh God, yeah, what happened? So I have been really busy. I imagine that lots of other people have been really busy, and that makes me wonder whether that sort of desire to be busy and to be active, and how are we going to make that happen? How are we going to make that happen? And what have you, what is that? That's like grief, isn't it? That is like grief, because that's what people who are grieving do when they go into shock. They start busying themselves to distract themselves from stuff. So I've been quite busy, and I don't normally use this word, but I am blessed. I feel blessed by the generosity of lots of people who have come up to us and said, we're going to honour that contract, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I felt reassured by that. And I think that the actions of others, especially those people who are in a position where, people who run festivals or who run ensembles or have the responsibility of others, and this is in no way it's not a backhanded compliment or a message or anything, but I think that actually there are these. But what's becoming apparent is that there are these people around who have great energy and great vision and self-belief and determination, and it's not that they say that, it's that they demonstrate it. They are that kind of individual in everything they say or do and everything they think, and those people are vital right now. They are the leaders. They are the people who, without even trying, before they've even finished their first sentence, they are the people who just bring your heart rate down without you even asking them to. They are the people that we need right now, especially within the arts, I think. I've done an enormous number of video conference calls. I don't really like talking on camera. You might be surprised. I don't really like talking on camera. And so whenever I've done video conferencing calls and it's been my turn to speak, I've sort of like I haven't been able to look at the camera. And I've had very upbeat conversations, very direct, very clean communications with people over the phone and over video conferencing. And it has been vital, absolutely vital. I've felt reassured by having people in my office, and the other thing that I've been really pleased about is that, and this is the weird thing, I wanted to test out podcasts and recording podcasts with my little Zoom thing, and how quickly can I turn them around, and if you don't, what is the best voice over IP thing to use in order to get the clearest signal, and how we're going to record it, and what does it sound like in the mix. these are all very nerdy things, but to my mind, I think if you're going to record telephone interviews, stick the microphone up against the speaker, and just use a telephone call. Don't start using software solutions, because actually that's each software element is just going to compress the audio. I hope this is interesting. If it's not, then speed on. But I've found even the podcast recording is reassuring, because actually if you prompt people to talk about the thing they love, like classical music, or you prompt them to tell you their story, actually there's a double hit there. There's number one, you hear people telling their stories, you hear them communicating their passion and their energy, and at the end of it you've talked to another person. And talking to other people just seems to be, I experience this, it sounds weird, I experience this overwhelming need right now to reach out to as many people as I can in my network, by which I mean, my friends' network and my relatives. I have that overwhelming need to check in and make sure that they're okay. And I know what that is. That is a reaction to the feelings that I'm experiencing as a result of this. And I can tell that is drawing on a lot of energy. It requires a lot of energy, because it is essentially a similar level of energy as one deploys in a coaching conversation. And of course, at the end of a coaching conversation, because you've listened hard and sort of engaged and challenged, at the end of a coaching session, one does feel a little bit exhausted, because it's been a good conversation. Similarly, when you have this range of conversations, it can in itself be exhausting. And so maintaining that level of energy, which in itself is required in order to suppress quite a lot of the negative stuff, is phenomenally demanding. I'm not complaining. It's finding the balance, and I've no idea what the weekend will be like. But before the weekend, I've got to send invoices. I must send invoices, and I've got to edit some article. I've got to write a couple more articles, and I've got to read over some profiles for some podcast interviews with elderly people. That will be, oh God, that'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful to do that. And what else? And I think we're having takeaway. I am going to go to the co-op and get a bottle of wine, because I bought a bottle of wine in Sainsbury's yesterday. I thought I'd found a bargain on an otherwise bare set of shelves. It's actually really sweet red wine. It's basically sherry, and it's vile. I hope there's some left. Really. I really do.